of my Instagram post. If you follow me on Instagram, I have several accounts, but main thing I do is mainly Andy Noise. And I found this app the other day called Kava. I think it's Cava. Not an app, I guess it's a website. I'm actually paying for it, and I can make these great thumbnails for YouTube. And so I thought I would share the thumbnails, and so I went and looked at all the videos that I've gotten the most hits or plays, I guess. And the top 10 were kind of this one here, Ridgecrest Ultra, how to run in a pool. It's another one that I've been working on. I used that swim tether, starring my middle son, Nicholas. Endurance Noise Daily, of course, is a podcast I try and do most every day, talking about all the endurance kind of activity going on throughout the day. This was the Music City Distance Classic, where that sophomore high school kid ran like a 401 or 402 mile. Can't remember exactly off the top of my head. And then, of course, one of my most popular videos on YouTube was Diego Diaz. He just happened to be running by, and I caught him when he was doing a 40-mile FKT on our bike path. And people really seemed to enjoy that video. Glad they did. Diego's a great guy. I've done many looped races with him. He's a pretty fast 100-mile runner himself, and he always, every year, does the Celtic and brings tons of McFarland kids. In fact, one of my favorite memories was one year he had half a dozen kids running with him late at night, and I rested up. So when they caught me, I ran like almost a mile with them. And the McFarland kids know me because I cover the cross-country meets, but they didn't really know I could run, so that was pretty entertaining. So Diego's a great guy. Another video I made years and years ago, we went up and did the double Dipsy, just hiked it just to see what the course was like. And as you can see, it says Joe King, Dipsy champion. Well, his daughter, Leslie King, is from Bakersfield. I'm not sure if Joe actually lived down here, but I used to hear stories about him, and I guess he's a pretty famous guy in the Dipsy world. And he's got his, I guess he won in 95, 96. Then, of course, Blake Haney went to Stockdale High School here in Bakersfield, California, and this is a video of him winning Stanford in 2013. Wow, 7 years ago. Here he's now in Flagstaff running for Under Armour, and looking forward to seeing what he does with his pro career. It's kind of a small world. I actually went to school with his mom. We even took driver's training together way back when at Highland High School. Then one of the archives, I've dug out this one, US 24 record, Courtney DeWalter set. When we were at the riverbank, I went up there with the Jester Ed, and it was amazing to watch her just clicking off like 9-minute miles all day, all night, and never broke stride. Phenomenal performance. Super great gal. Got to meet her, got to know her husband really well that day, because me and him were up all night watching over our athletes. I had my athlete Stacy Costa, and of course the Jester helping him out. Then, of course, the amazing 5K record. We just heard now he's going to go after, Joshua's going to go after the 10K record in October. And then I also put on this one, Zach Bitter, when he came to the Central Valley and was going for a 12-hour record. He ended up cutting it short due to injury, but it was still great to see him out there in Kingsburg, California, up the road from here. In fact, a little while later, I actually saw him running on my bike path and got to talk to him a little bit. And then this one was a long time ago, seems 2012, I think, when I went to the Grand Canyon with Soul to Soul Sports. Scott Newton, who's now running for councilman in Pismo, used to own Soul to Soul in Bakersfield, Visalia, and Fresno, and he took a bunch of his customers to the Grand Canyon, and I ended up helping a couple ladies do the rim to rim to rim. It was a phenomenal experience. Sadly, on Monday, we showed up. We went out walking like we do most mornings, 5:30 in the morning, and back in March 9th, as you know, I fell in the Johnsburger grease, and here is I guess it's their Sunday cleaning. They just spray the grease and it's on the ground. Thankfully I didn't fall, but I've reported them again to the county, so hopefully they'll eventually fix that shit. It's getting really old. Then I'm talking about most popular videos I have on YouTube. Please go on there and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by 2012. Palisades Glacier Hike, also known as Big Pine Hike, is my most popular one from 8 years ago, obviously. This strangest thing, this Miss B, is so popular. I don't really know why. It was a tribute to my friend Tracy B. And we have a bowling alley over here, and her real name's Tracy Bowling. And so all it is a video. It says BOWLING. And for some reason, people just like that video. 2012 Montero de Oro Trail Run is another one that's got a lot of hits. And then a 2011 Hart Park Cyclocross. But I haven't really been doing anything with my YouTube. Never really did much, and then of course they demonetized it. That's why I need 1,000 subscribers to get it. I took this picture the other day when we were doing run camp. Doing Bakersfield Distance Project run camp Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. You're in Bakersfield, come by and hang out with us and do some miles with us. And then, of course, I made a little bit longer video where I talked about my relationship with Sean's Burgers. Some other videos, Endurance Noise Daily, I've been throwing up here onto Instagram as well as YouTube. This is a video shot of a local high school team out training. I love the slow-mo. Of course, unfortunately, somebody wrote me saying, is there a coach out there with them? And I said, nope, it's NCI, no coach involved. They're just out training themselves, because here in Kern County, our kids are not getting to run in the fall where cross country normally is. So they've been training all summer. And now they got to train a few more months, and then they get to work with their coaches like in November, I believe. So it's kind of unfortunate. Man, I got this email, Craw Passport. As I talked before, I'm doing this circumpolar race around the world by myself. I decided just not to have a team, and Laz sent us off a passport. I guess I could put my little picture in there instead of that little Lego man. And then, of course, the other day, we had another fire on our bike path, an urban outdoorsman lighting up right on the canal. You can see the water there. I'm not sure what in the world he's doing. So it wasn't like a campfire or something. It was up to no good. Called it in because I didn't want it to get bigger. It's kind of unfortunate. Then moving on along. This was great. Billy Nelson, he's a Kern County resident. He's the only distance athlete from Kern County to ever make the Olympics. He ran the Beijing Olympics in the steeplechase. He went to Taft High School here in Kern County. It's about 40 miles outside of Bakersfield. And he was talking about, he's wearing the Leonard Peltier. And he says, by far my favorite reason to race, by far the most meaningful year of competition, 2008 when he made the team. And he also got permission to run with Leonard Peltier, and his fight is forever. And so really like that little post that Billy Nelson wrote. Moving on, we had run camp the other night where we were doing some speed work. There's a great picture of, here's our workout. We did 8 times 200 meters and then 4 times 400 meters, and it was a nice little workout. And then I think I'll end up the thing is been doing a lot of door dashing, and what's kind of nice is the restaurants. I like door dashing way better than Lyft driving. I mean, the people who work at restaurants are generally always nice because they usually hire nice people to work at the restaurants. And then, of course, people are really happy to see you when you bring them the food. And a lot of restaurants, Brazilian acai bowls, I had to wait around a little bit. I was just right next door to the place when I dropped off something at the car dealership. But they said, hey, you want this giant peanut butter cookie? So I got it. I just had a little bit of it this evening. It's pretty good. So that's just a little bit of my Strava, my Instagram. Oh, there's a whole bunch of other more thumbnails that I did today. So as always, stay healthy, be boring, not epic.